winter is upon us, and the boys of Caribou County have divided their attention between the mats and the hardwood. Tonight, we put our focus onto the basketball court for another thrilling edition of Caribou County basketball. It doesn't matter if you put on the red and black of Soda Springs, the red and gray of Grace, or the purple of North Gem. When it comes to Caribou County basketball, the Bear is colorblind in its coverage, bringing you every dive into the bench, every shot from the outside, and every pass to the paint, as the boys of the county fight, scratch, and claw their way towards the hope of an appearance at the state tournament. It's boys basketball in Caribou County right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Sports on KBRV are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now, let's turn our attention to the court as we send it to the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball as the Cardinals get set to take on the Malad Dragons in what should be a very, very good competition between these two sides, and one that hopefully will become a better game than what was out there on the court the last time the two sides met, as they ended up seeing Soda Springs come away with a 66-16 win over the Malad Dragons on their own court. Although that is an anomaly apparently for what the Malad Dragons have been able to put up onto the scoreboard, as we'll hear in our interview later with Tyrell Neal from the Soda Springs from the Malad Dragons, that his team has been a much more spirited team against the other district opponents, putting up at least 30 points in every single one of their district matchups as to this point in the season. Out there on the court right now, the JV squad is on top 58-38, make that 60-38 over the Malad Dragons JV squad. And earlier tonight, the C team won their matchup with the Dragons 62-27 for the Cardinals to try and earn another sweep of the Dragons this season, although Malad is about to head to the free throw line. We're going to take a break. You have a look at what's going to be happening here. Our standout student is going to be coming up next right after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton food specials for the week of January 28th through February 3rd in Soda Springs. We start off with Bounty 6 counts of paper towels for $5.49 with the purchase of 4. Also with the purchase of 4, you can grab yourself Tide 92 to 100 ounce select varieties of laundry detergent, $9.49. Continuing with the trend of cleaning supplies, Dawn 18 to 21 ounce dish detergents are $1.99 each with the purchase of 4. Those are just some of your specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, taking on the Malad Dragons, as it's time now for our standout student, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. We had a chance to sit down with Hallie Evans. She is a sophomore at Soda Springs High School. We'll have her comments right after this from Caribou Motor Rewind on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Kayla Burgraff here with Hallie Evans, who's a sophomore at Soda Springs High School. And Hallie, when you look at your sophomore year, how's it been going for you so far?
It's been going pretty good.
What are some of the things that you've enjoyed most about this year compared to your freshman year?
It feels a lot easier with some of my classes. I understand more now.
You're one of the few people who's come in here and said the sophomore year has been easier. Everyone has been like, sophomore and junior years are really tough. What are some of the tips that you've learned that have made it a little bit easier on yourself?
You need to study and just kind of let loose, and a lot of people are really friendly, and it's just really fun.
Talk about some of the classes you're in. Which ones are you in, and which one are some of your favorites to go to?
I'm in Spanish, geometry, English, and seminary, and biology, and my favorite would probably be geometry because of Yuskoski.
Always helps when you have a good teacher that's in there in the room. If you had to choose any subject in the school that you wanted to take when it comes to electives, what are some of those classes that you would choose?
Probably like a physical activity one, like weights. I'm taking that now too, and it's fun and gets you in shape.
Is that something that you might think about going on to college for, is going into something like being a trainer or something along those lines?
Maybe not that, but maybe like take a class just to also stay in shape, but yeah.
Keep yourself fun and keep it active. Who's your favorite teacher in the school? You talked about Yuskoski, but are there any other teachers that have really jumped out to you as you'd like taking their classes?
I really like Jensen. He's one of my favorites. He's really fun, and Pankow's really fun, and so is Fetzer. They're all just great.
When you walk into a classroom for the first time, don't know the teacher, what do you look for in a teacher? What do you want in order to enjoy the class and be able to have a good experience?
I like a teacher who's fun and is kind of like easygoing, like not too strict, and is really like in tune with the kids and really just outgoing and upbeat.
Of course, high school is not just about the classes, not just about the teachers, big part of it, but there's a lot of other stuff going on. You said you played volleyball in the fall and you're going to do softball in the spring. If you had to choose which one, what's your favorite sport?
It would probably be softball.
And you said you were a pitcher, outfield, kind of the utility player that can go around, play anywhere. Do you like that type of feeling where you're kind of the coach's kind of go-to person to just fill in spots?
Yeah, it's nice because, you know, like if they need help, you can go and help wherever you need.
You're also going to have a new coach this year. Are you excited for that in the spring? And also, with the approaching of it, are you getting the jitters, getting kind of excited to actually get out there and break out the gloves and bats?
Yeah, well, I had Fetz as like an assistant coach last year. So she's pretty fun, and she's been doing pretty good. And yeah, I'm getting really excited. We've been having open gym, and it's just been real great, and we've been having lots of fun.
We'll wrap it all up with this. And Hallie, when you come into the school, what is your favorite thing about being a Soda Springs Cardinal? If you had to look forward to this school, what's the thing that you look forward to the most?
I don't know, just like being a Soda Springs Cardinal is just super fun, and I like how it's like a smaller school, so we all pretty much know each other, and it's just really fun.
Hallie, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down. You're a standout student for this week, and we'll look forward to hearing good things about you guys on the softball field and the volleyball court moving on.
Thanks.
That was sophomore Hallie Evans from the Soda Springs High School squad, as she is a sophomore at Soda Springs High School. We'll have our next interview coming up as we head into our pregame show with the coaches of the Malad Dragons. Tyrell Neal will talk with us, as well as Riley Simmons, a swing player for the Cardinals, all after this on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they get set to take on the Malad Dragons in a big matchup for them. About 10 minutes until the starting lineups, and tonight's opening tip. It's time for us to sit down with our opposing coach. Tyrell Neal decided he wanted to give us a couple of words. We'll take a quick look at what he had to say about his team as they move into the second half of district play on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Bergraff here with Coach Tyrell Neal from the Malad Dragons basketball team. And Coach, a big game for you guys here tonight, not necessarily standings-wise, but more for the fact of this is a team that shut you guys down, only giving up 16 points to your offense, whereas every other team in the district, you've been able to at least play a fairly decent offense, putting up at least 28 to 30 points in each game. How much of an impact do you think having that defensive performance between you and Soda had on the team and had on the emotional state of the team?
Soda came and played defense. We didn't play any defense, and it's hard to get our offense started when we don't play defense. Over in Malad, Soda scored at will on most shots. We had a few steals, but very few steals, very few rebounds. So tonight we're hoping we can pick up our defensive game in hopes that it'll start some offense for us too.
It looked like you guys really have kind of accepted that defensive responsibility in the next two games. Bear Lake and Aberdeen, really much closer contests. Was that something that you expected to see out of that game, and what was the attitude and practices after that game?
You know, we've been focusing on defense all year long, but we've got to get over this hump that Soda runs and Soda scores and Soda does good things, which they do. But we have some defense that can match up with that, and if we'll just play it, you know, we'll be in the game and we can be competitive.
Looking on the other side of the ball, offensively, only 16 points, but on the other side, only 16 turnovers as well in the game. Were you proud of the way that they handled Soda's pressure in that game?
Yeah, I mean, we took care of the ball fairly well. We've got a couple of young point guards. As I watched the game and watched game film, you know, they get across half court and a couple guys come up on them. They don't know what to do. They're just young. So we've been working through that in practice, and it comes down to experience. You know, you put a freshman or a sophomore up against some of these bigger guys that have been playing, and there's an experience factor, but they're getting better, and that's what we hope for.
On the same side of that coin, you talked about them bringing up the ball, getting trapped over in the corners. One thing I noticed is a lot of the times they never really panicked when they got into that situation. They weren't just throwing the ball all over the court like you'll see sometimes. While there were some bad passes, it wasn't necessarily the type of thing you expect when it's seniors against freshmen. Is that something you can build on as a coach when you see that they have that at least gamesmanship mentality to try and find somebody in their own jersey?
You know, that's key. You know, to stay under control and analyze your situation as a player and even as a coach. That's key to being able to win ball games, and we're working toward that, so it's important.
We'll wrap it up with one final question, Coach, and that's looking at your team, the younger kids. Who's the younger player that you need to step up? We talked last interview about some of your veterans. Who's one of the younger players that you really need to see a good game out of tonight in order to put a better performance on the court?
Yeah, Bodie Ekstrom. He's a freshman. He can step up and get rebounds. He needs to. He's had some sickness this week, but we're hoping for a good game from him. Another one is the Hayden Dane and Justin Hubbard. They can both come onto the court and make a difference, and we've seen them do it in a game, and we need that tonight.
Coach Neal, thank you so much for the time. Good luck to your Dragons tonight, and hopefully we'll see a little bit tighter contest between the Cardinals and the Dragons.
I'm hoping so.
That was Coach Tyrell Neal of the Malad Dragons. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll give you guys an even closer look at the Cardinals as junior Riley Simmons will take a chance to sit down and talk with us on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back out into the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they get set to take on the Malad Dragons. About 4.5 minutes until the start of tonight's broadcast. Until then, we have one more interview coming your way. The Soda Springs JV player Riley Simmons will take a chance to join us. He also does some swing play up at the varsity level as well. He sits down and talks on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Berggraf here with junior Riley Simmons from the Soda Springs basketball team. And Riley, you're a JVer with some swing minutes up on the varsity level. What's your thoughts been on the season so far for the JV team as well as for the varsity team and what you've gotten to see?
Well, first of all, I think our JV team has been doing pretty well, but lately we've been kind of on a down. But hopefully against this Malad team, we'll be able to get it back and blow them out and then finish off with 4 more good games. And varsity played pretty well except up in West Side, and then we came back second half of Bear Lake, so hopefully we can keep it going throughout the rest of the season.
What do you really think about getting those swing minutes up on the varsity? How much does that improve your confidence knowing that went from being mostly JV to actually getting some minutes up on the varsity as the season went on?
What it does is it kind of gives you the mentality that you can be the best on the court in the JV game. That really helps when we have 4 of us down playing there, and we can really work together and get more playing time on varsity also.
Your game is really a 3-point game on the outside, but also you have the height to really be able to work on the inside court as well. Where's the biggest part of your game you've been working to improve on outside of those 2 aspects?
I've been mostly trying to improve my free throws and any mid-range shots, and especially defensive and going against hard defense.
With the length that you have, that makes your defense kind of one of those that can really be used against 6'1", one of the taller players on the team. It also comes to quickness as well when you're out there playing the defensive side. Are there any drills that you've been working on to improve that quickness, and what are some of the things you've been learning from the coaches to work on that as well?
Well, every day in practice we do defensive slides and we go through the ladders with quick feet, and I really try and work hard on those because with my length I have to move a lot quicker, and I also have to back off on some of the shorter, quicker players, so that helps a lot.
Tonight you guys get Malad. You talked about the fact that hopefully this is a game that you guys can kind of get your confidence back with. It's also a game that you really need to stay focused and really work on staying focused through it, because when you're up big on a team, you can kind of start losing it. Is that something that you guys hope to improve on in tonight's game?
Yeah, we're hoping to be able to keep our intensity, because that's one thing that the JV team especially struggles with, is coming out of the locker room flat, so hopefully we'll be able to come out swinging and be able to get a good, solid win.
We'll wrap it up with this question, Riley. Last time you played at Malad, you got 2 quarters of varsity time. Is that something you're hoping to get again tonight? And what do you try and focus on when you get up onto the varsity level, when you're actually playing in those games in the second half?
Oh, yeah, I hope to get that. And I usually try and focus on defense because I feel like that's what our coaches really watch for, and that always turns over into offensive play. So
Riley, thank you so much for the time. Good luck to you guys tonight in your games, and hopefully you guys will come away with some solid victories against Malad.
Yep, thank you, Caleb.
That was junior Riley Simmons from the Soda Springs basketball team joining us on our pregame show as we continue to march our way towards the opening tip of tonight's ball game between the Cardinals and the Dragons. The opening lineups and the starting tip are coming up next. And again, this is a rematch of a game that was won by the Soda Springs Cardinals earlier this year in a 66-16 fashion, as the Soda Springs Cardinals really were able to cruise to win in that one. But Malad has shown that they can play some very strong basketball in other games against, say, like Westside. They put up 37 points. They put up over 30 points against Aberdeen in a game where their defense played fairly strong as well. And also, they were able to play fairly tight ball against the Bear Lake Bears. So it could be a very, very different game for the Cardinals tonight, getting set to take on the Malad Dragons. Back after this with the starting lineups and today's opening tip on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Live life comfortably in your new cozy Lazy Boy recliner, sofa, couch, or love seat. With a huge selection to choose from, you'll find the right one for you at Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. If you've been dreaming of brand new kitchen appliances like refrigerators, ranges, microwaves, and chest freezers, you'll be able to find top brands like Whirlpool, Amana, and Maytag. Visit Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. Come find what you're looking for. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
There was a wonderful national rendition of the national anthem here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as we were unable to bring it to you, but you can be sure that the fans here are pumped and ready after listening to it, as the recording a very, very good one. And we get set for a starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you in part, and fully I should say, by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. And we start off with the Malad Dragons. They are going to be led out onto the court by their two seniors in number 21, Ammon Bingham, as well as number 23, Hayden Green. Number 25 is their lone junior, DJ Evans. Number 14 is sophomore Justin Hubbard. And number 3, Hayden Dane, will lead things off for the varsity as well as a freshman. He was out there in the starting lineup. That might have been a switch, as I did not see who exactly came out in his place. And excuse me, it is actually going to be number 11, who I do not have on my roster, coming out for the Malad Dragons onto the court in their starting lineup. So we'll try and get that fixed as we continue. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, their starters look like this, same as we've gotten used to. Senior number 2, Tanner Myers, is a 6-foot guard. He's followed by fellow senior number 3, 5'11" guard Josh Balls. Number 10 is junior 5'11" Rich Thompson. Number 20 is 6'4" junior Will Sims. And it's all wrapped up by the sophomore, who was showing off some of his dunking skills in the pregame before the officials made their way out onto the court. Henry Workman, a 6'4" sophomore for the Soda Springs Cardinals. All 5 of them will look to try and get out of this game quickly and try and get the Cardinals to a quick lead over the Malad Dragons as we get set for action here tonight at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, in what again is hopefully going to be a very strong performance for the Cardinals in this evening's contest. And again, some numbers I'm not ready to see for the Dragons, as out there in and the opening tip will be taken between Hayden Green and Tanner Myers, one over by the Dragons, and Green pushes all the way to the hoop, tosses up a teardrop, can't get it to go, and it's rebounded back the other way by Tanner Myers. He'll leave it to the near side. Ridge Thompson, short jumper, no good, rebounded underneath by Henry Workman. He is going to be fouled after the offensive attempt and will step to the free throw line for 2 attempts. As we have figured out who number 11 it is Dagan Haycock, a man I was not told was going to be on the varsity tonight. As we apologize for that for the Dragons. First free throw up and no good by the sophomore of the Cardinals. Second free throw no good as well. Rebound comes off to the far side and is going to be tracked down by DJ Evans, and he will bring it up as Hayden Dane takes over the basketball, stops and pops one off at the top of the key. No good off the back iron. Rebound skied for by Evans. Pulls it down. Can't get his putback. Gets another attempt, and the rebound is going to be pulled down by Will Sims this time. But they're going to say a jump ball. It will remain Cardinals basketball after the jump ball was called as he and Evans tied up for it underneath the hoop. It was 7:32 to go. It'll go back over to the Cardinals. Rich Thompson to take the ball, works right to left on your radio dial, passes it to Tanner Myers. He feeds it up ahead to Josh Balls to the right side, just inside the three-point line, drops home the deuce. Josh with the first points of the game for either team, and the Cardinals take a 2-0 lead. 7 minutes and 16 seconds left to go. Over to the far side, the Dragons will move it over to Dane. Holds it on the wing before passing it into the corner. Trying to drive, there's Ammon Bingham. Gives back up top to Dane, lofts a pass down low to Evans, who has it stripped out of his hands. A turnover is going to be forced, and the Cardinals will pick up the first turnover of the game, as they'll be able to come back the other way as Green had the ball, or Evans, had the ball ripped out of his hands by Henry Workman on the way back up the court. Foul's going to be whistled as well as DJ Evans picks up his second. He was responsible for the other infraction when Workman went up with the ball. It'll be a pass to the near side. Workman thought about the three, now goes inside and past the free throw line to Ridge Thompson. He drops home the deuce. Quick and easy buckets for the Cardinals as they're not just settling for the threes, something I like to see, as that has been something they've done far too often in games. They're trying to get the offense started with a couple more easy jumpers. To the right side, driving in Bingham, gets cut off, puts up a shot well over the hoop, rebounded by Ridge Thompson on the backside, and Soda will get to bring it forward with Ridge taking the point. Pass to the near side, Tanner Myers, pump fakes, pulls up his dribble, gives up top to Ridge. On the top of the key, finds Myers again, near side wing, 3-ball up short off the front of the rim. Ridge drives into the lane, gets the ball, lays it up and into a driving Will Sims, who gets his first bucket of the game. And Soda Springs jumps out to a 6-0 lead now, and down onto the court, Dagan Haycock is hurt. And he is going to come limping to the near sideline, as getting set to check in is going to be Justin Hubbard for the Malad Dragons. Hubbard wears the number 14. Malad wearing their road blacks with the white numbers outlined in orange. Dragons written across the front with Malad up on top of it in small script, with the Dragons logo across the right side of the shorts and an M on the left side of the shorts. Ball picked up. Dane goes to the near side wing. It'll be taken there by Bingham. He looks down low before driving to his left. Gets cut off at the right side elbow as it's stripped out of his hands again. Ridge Thompson up ahead quickly to Tanner Myers. He'll lay the finger roll up and in softly as Tanner cracks the scoreboard. And a timeout is going to be taken by the Cardinals as they jump out, by the Dragons, as the Cardinals have an 8-0 lead here on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Here are your Lalaton food specials for the week of January 28th through February 3rd in Soda Springs. We start off with Bounty 6 counts of paper towels for $5.49 with the purchase of 4. Also with the purchase of 4, you can grab yourself Tide 92 to 100 ounce select varieties of laundry detergent, $9.49. Continuing with the trend of cleaning supplies, Dawn 18 to 21 ounce dish detergents are $1.99 each with the purchase of 4. Those are just some of your specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. We've also identified Alan Atkinson as the other mystery player on the court that I did not have recognized at first. He wears number 10 for the Malad Dragons out there, as they have plenty of freshmen. They're trying to get all of them time at the varsity level, and he is going to take the point to bring it forward. Atkinson comes to the right side, pulls up on the wing, picks up his dribble as he's guarded by Josh Balls on the near side. Now feeds it up near the top of the key. Justin Hibbert takes it to half court, goes to his right, catches a screen, picks up his dribble as Josh Balls almost forces a jump ball before they move it back to Atkinson on the right side. He drives baseline, picks up his dribble, fires up a shot, fouled from behind as Ridge Thompson got caught behind him, and Atkinson is going to step to the free throw line. A pair to come up for the young man. And Ridge Thompson picks up his first foul. First team foul on the Cardinals as well. And the first free throw up and good. Atkinson drops it home and through for his first point of the game. So one more coming up. And this free throw is going to be no good. Rolls off the back iron. Is pulled down by Tanner Myers for his second of the game. 8-1. Cardinals on top by 7 with 5.5 to go. Tanner Myers loses the ball. It squirts all the way back over to Josh Balls, who loads up a teardrop, and gets the friendly rolls. The Cardinals hit double figures with 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half of this game. Over to the far side. Pump fake's going to be made there by Drew Green. He gives back outside to the top of the key, and going to his left is going to be Hayden Green. All the way to the hoop, drives, and an offensive foul called on Green. Hayden picks up his first. The Cardinals taking the charge in the lane. I believe it was Will Sims who took the charge, and he'll come trotting back to the other side of the court. Atkinson, a senior, who I did not have on my roster at first, and I apologize for that, as he comes back on the defensive side for the Dragons. Thompson moves it to Josh Balls into the corner. Will Sims takes the ball, holds it there for a moment, takes a dribble, and gives off to Myers. Myers looks back to his right. Ridge Thompson looks inside, finds Myers again to the left side wing. They'll loft it past the far side. Nobody home. Josh Balls flings it back inbounds. Ball still loose on the ground. A foul's going to be called. I think Henry Workman's going to pick this one up. And that is exactly, no, they're going to call it on Will Sims. I thought Workman was the more responsible party on the ground reaching for the basketball, but Sims apparently the one who impeded it. And an inbounds play brought to you by Mountain View Dental will be brought in by the Malad Dragons. Over to the left side, looking there for a moment, is going to be Hayden Green. Green gives over to the right side to Bingham. Bingham throws the ball away right into the hands of the Cardinals, and Will Sims, he'll give it back off to Tanner Myers to bring it forward. Looks inside. Myers at the top of the key, finds it over to Ridge Thompson. 3-ball up off the back iron, no good, and a rebound on the backside of the rim by Hayden Green. Still a 10-1 lead, just about halfway through the first quarter, and it'll be Atkinson again to bring the ball forward. Comes over to the right side, gives the ball off to Bingham as he looks inside the lane. Goes to his left for one dribble, and fires it up top to Hayden Green. Hayden goes back to his left now, hands the ball off to Atkinson, who gives it back to Green in the wing. They'll look to drive. Josh Ball still guarding him out there on the wing. Cardinals still with all their starters on the court, building it to a 10-1 lead with 3 minutes and change left to go. To the right side, Bingham pump fakes, goes up against Henry Workman, tipped away. Workman gets the rebound back after it goes off the side of the board, and the Cardinals again get a chance to bring the basketball forward, and Ridge Thompson backs it up near half court. Dribbles between his legs before slowly walking up to the half-court stripe. Gives to the right side where it's going to be taken by Myers. He gives to Sims. Sims back to Myers, about 10 feet away from the basket. Tries to dribble through some traffic. Loses the ball between to some defenders. And is pushed back up court by the Dragons. Into the lane, laying it up and getting it to go. Beautiful tip-in by Alan Atkinson for his third point of the game. He did not play for the Dragons the first time these two teams met. Now into the lane. Ridge Thompson cuts to the hoop. It'll be a foul on the ground, and is picked up by Justin Hubbard for his first and the team's fourth. Subs into the game for the Cardinals for the first time. Olsen, Kress, and Brown all check in as Balls, Sims, and Myers all check out and take a seat on the bench for the first time. It'll be Kress to inbound, finds Henry Workman, top of the key. He feeds it to Brown. Hiram looks inside, now gives it off to the near side where Olsen will take it and feed it up top to Ridge Thompson to start the offense. Comes to the near side, looks for Will Kress. Kress finds Workman in the corner. Firing a pass up top. Olsen now goes into the paint, turning around is Brown, putting up a jumper, blocked away down low, and the Dragons come away with the basketball with the rebound to Hayden Green. Coming up with the block is the sophomore Drew Green, as he's able to deny the inside shot by the Cardinals. Over to the left side wing. Ball's going to be taken and moved in by Justin Hubbard. Hook shot, or a hook pass, I should say, from Ammon Bingham is thrown out of bounds, and the Cardinals get their 4th turnover of the game from the Dragons. 4 turnovers to 2. The Cardinals in front in that category with a +2 in the turnovers. And another Mountain View Dental inbounds play will be brought up by the Cardinals. Will Kress looks inside, over to the right, gives off to Rich Thompson. He looks to pump fake, drives in, puts up a short jumper off the front of the rim. No good, and it's rebounded and pushed up the court. Coming up there is going to be Hayden Green. Lays up a teardrop. That's good. Hayden Green lays it up and drops it through to cut the deficit in half. 10-5, 2:08 to go. Into the lane. Rich Thompson bounces one out to Olsen for 3. No good off the back iron. Workman skies for the board, batted out of his hands, and Will Kress comes up with the rebound. He's going to get that one for his first bucket of the game. It's 12-5. Cardinals back up by 7. 1:53 left to go. And the Dragons with the ball will give it off to Drew Green on the far wing. He has it picked out of his hands. Hiram Brown all the way to the hoop on his own. Lays one up and too strong. Rebounded by Workman. He can't follow it though. Brown with another rebound for himself. Gives off to Rich Thompson. His shot is short. And the ball goes all the way over into the far side corner where it's finally picked up by Ammon Bingham. Cardinals struggling on the offensive end a little bit now after getting some turnovers, but unable to cash in. 1:24 to go into the right side. Firing up a wild shot and unable to get it to drop down is Atkinson, and Brown pulls down his 2nd rebound of the game. The Cardinals still dominating in the rebound category, but not able to cash in many of the shots. Brown to the right side wing, gives up top to Thompson. He fires it back to Brown on the wing. He'll hold it, double team there by the zone defense, picks up and gives over to the right side elbow to Workman. Gets away with the travel before they find Thompson, the right side wing, short off the front of the rim. Workman can't hold the board. Ball still loose. And a jump ball is going to be called as Brown collides with the basketball while it was inside the hands of Drew Green. And it'll be back over to the Malad Dragons on the possession arrow. So Drew Green gets credit for a rebound. That's the 7th rebound by the Dragons in the game so far. They trailed 12-5 here in the first quarter. 54.6 seconds to go, and it will be Atkinson to bring the ball forward. Allen comes to the near side, picks up his dribble, gives the ball off on the right side wing. Taken by Hayden Green, looks to go to his left, cuts between the legs before flipping to his right and giving down to Bingham. Bingham gets cut off, finds a wide open Green at the free throw line. That's Drew, who can't get the shot to go, and Hiram Brown gets yet another rebound. Cardinals will come straight up. Will Kress gives outside to Josh Balls, pressing the game, finds Olsen, short side jumper, drops it home. Beautiful shot by Kyle Olsen on a pass through traffic, over traffic by Josh Balls, and that's your possible play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. The Dragons back the other way, 14-5. They're down by 9. Changing that around, though, a turnaround jumper by Ammon Bingham drops home his first bucket of the game, and it's 14-7. Cardinals still with that 7-point lead, under 10 to go. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Josh Balls cuts in, kicks it near side. Sims rises for a quick jumper. Can't get the shot to go, and the buzzer sounds before Hiram Brown can get the put back up. And we head into quarter number 2 with the Cardinals on top by 7, 14-7 on your scoreboard here at the home of the Cardinals. A break coming up on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
We had a couple of jump balls in that first quarter of play. I want to remind you all those brought to you by Erickson Racing and Repair for all your automotive, snowmobile, and ATV repair needs. The Cardinals taking advantage of one of the two to get possession and back on the break into the lane. Olsen lays one up and good. He's got 4 points, the last 4 for the Cardinals, and they lead 16-7, up by 9 on the Malad Dragons. To the left side, Atkinson holds the ball over his head, feeds it to the corner where Bingham holds it beyond the three-point line. He feeds it back to Atkinson, guarded by Brown near the top of the key as the Dragons feed the ball to the left side wing. Held on to there for a moment by Dagan Haycock. Haycock gets it back on the wing after giving it to Bingham, and now he uses his dribble to come near the top of the key. Feeds off to Hayden Green. 7:20 to go for second quarter of play. 9-point advantage for the Cardinals. To the right side, Atkinson looks in, gives a pass into the middle of the lane, driving to his right and putting up a fadeaway turnaround. Unable to get it to go is Bingham, and Will Sims pulls down his second rebound. To the right side, Olsen finds Josh Balls. Thought about a three, now feeds it to Brown inside his extra pass outside to the right elbow. Kyle Olsen on fire with the last 6 points for the Cardinals. Builds the lead to 11. 18-7, and a 30-second timeout taken by the Malad Dragons and head coach Tyrell Neal. Gives us a chance to remind you that this game and all games brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons who work in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. Score sits at 18-7 here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. If you haven't checked out our video stream, I encourage you to do so. It's the best way to follow the Cardinals. And if you watch boys games, then that is a way for you to go on and check out the games after they've been played as well. If you miss any of the action, you can always go back and rewatch it. Again, just visit mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs and click on the Soda Springs Cardinals tab. It'll be the Dragons to bring out the basketball, working left to right as the ball comes to the near side by Haycock. He gives over to the right side. Taken there by Hayden Green, gives back to Haycock as he lofts a pass deep. Green with the alley-oop layup, misses it though as Workman grabs the rebound for his fourth and gives this one up ahead to Tanner Myers. Fresh back into the game. The Cardinals with starters in the game except for Kress and Brown as Kress takes a baseline on the left side, feeds the ball back out to Brown. He gets it to Josh Balls. Balls gives back to Will Kress up top to the free throw line. Workman takes the ball, steps to his right, bounces it off to Myers, who banks in a fadeaway off the back iron and gets it to go. Tanner Myers with his fourth point of the game. The Cardinals yet to hit a three and lead by 13, 20-7. To the far side wing, the ball is going to be taken and driven to his left. Haycock kicks it outside. Bingham open for three. Can't get it to go. Off the back iron. Josh Balls pushes the pace up ahead to Workman. 2 steps to the hoop. Not even a dribble, and he lays it up and in. Beautiful pass by Josh Balls for yet another assist. Don't know how many of those he's got now, but he's definitely been on fire from that point. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Green with the ball, fouled as he tries to dribble out of a double team, and it's going to be picked up by Josh Balls. Only the third team foul on the Cardinals. Only 4 on the Malad Dragons. The Cardinals will have another the Dragons will have another Mountain View Dental inbounds pass brought to you by Dr. Jerry Walker and his staff at Mountain View Dental. And it'll be Hayden Green to do the inbounding. On the near sideline, flips his pass into the paint to Atkinson all the way to the hoop. Denied, but fouled. I think Tanner Myers the one responsible. Workman went high, Myers went low, and Myers gets his first foul and will send Atkinson to the line where he is 1 for 2 so far, as are the Malad Dragons. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to go with 22-7 the lead for Soda. 15-point advantage. Atkinson spins the ball in his right hand, and the first free throw no good as it rolls off the rim. That was a chance to get the Dragons their first points of the game, but he was unable to drop it home. Second free throw coming up as the senior rolls it in his right hand, puts the shot up. That's no good as well. Rebound fought for and squirts back into the hands underneath the basket of Bodie Ekstrom. The freshman can't get his second shot to go, and the rebound pulled down by Workman for his fifth. Ekstrom got his first on the game, but again, couldn't get the offensive putback. Tanner Myers rising for a long jumper, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Josh Balls, back over to Riley Simmons. Riley gives to Thompson, drives the lane, kicks up a floater, but he cannot get it to go. And the second rebound tipped out of bounds. Back to Soda Springs. Workman gets his 6th rebound now as the Cardinals continuing to dominate in the rebounding category. Only 1 rebound for the Dragons so far in this quarter. Josh Balls can't get a short jumper from 10 feet to go on the left side of the lane. Dragons pushing the pace back the other way. Atkinson can't handle a pass, and the first turnover of the quarter for either team is thrown underneath on the baseline. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. 22-7. The Cardinals still up by 15. Josh Balls inside to Myers. He pump fakes, kicks it to the elbow where Thompson gives it to Simmons. Simmons finds the Workman at the free throw line. Shot up, no good. Missed off to Josh Balls, though. He loses the ball, turning it back over to the Dragons now, as Josh Balls could not corral the rebound and gives it back once again to the boys in black. To bring the ball forward this time, it's going to be Dagan Haycock to the near side. Goes back to his left. Working left to right are the Dragons on your radio dial. Is holding onto it there, Bingham. Feeds it to the near side. Kicked up top to Bodie Ekstrom. Ekstrom loses the ball as he throws it back into the hands of Josh Balls. He'll push the pace. Given over to Tanner Myers, who cuts the hoop. Fouled on the play. No shot. They're going to call it on the floor. And it's going to be picked up by Atkinson for his first. And an inbounds play coming up for the Cardinals, but not before a timeout's taken by the Soda Springs Cardinals. Greg Bergholm to talk with his team, up 22-7 with 4:38 to go here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. We already have a good opportunity for our play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge, Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. Still no sign of our shot of the game, though, brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For all your surveying needs, be sure to call Wade at 208-425-9035. Another proud sponsor of Soda Springs Sports here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. Cardinals set to inbound the basketball from under their own hoop. A Mountain View Dental inbounds play. But Josh Balls doing it underneath his own basket to the left side. 4:38 left to go as Balls takes the inbounds. Passes one deep. Tanner Myers takes on the right side wing. Cardinals working right to left on your radio dial on the court. It'll be Thompson giving back up to Balls. Balls gives back to Thompson to the right side to Balls. The two of them playing catch on the outside of the circle as Workman finally comes in, intercedes, fights the ball down after it was almost picked off, but misses the shot to the left side of the rim, and it's going to be rebounded and thrown away by Ekstrom. It's Workman who gets the steal and lays it up and in to get the bucket to go. Workman not giving up on the work, being the hard worker for the Cardinals, and it's back to a 17-point lead for Soda, 24-7. 4:04 to go to the right side, losing the ball and then having it picked off by Thompson is going to be the body of Heyman, and up there to trying to put back as Myers can't quite get it to go, as Myers couldn't get the flush down on the putback, and it's rebounded back the other way. And an over and back call will come on to the Malad Dragons on the other side after the rebound came down into the hands of Haycock. It was picked up and turned over to Soda Springs as the Cardinals defense pressured away the Dragons and forced their 8th turnover of the game. 24-7 with 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go. And the Dragons down by 17 with the Cardinals coming up the court wearing the home whites with the red trim. And Will Kress comes to the near side, gives back to Tanner Myers, looks inside before feeding it back up top to Riley Simmons. One dribble to his right, throws the ball away into the paint. Second turnover for the Cardinals in the quarter, and up the court and rising for a short jumper that he airballs over the hoop is Hayden Green. Riley Simmons back the other way for the Cardinals. The junior gets caught up on the right side line before he gives back over to Olsen. He stands top of the key, gives off to Tanner Myers. Looks to walk in before backing up near the half-court stripe. 3:17 to go. Ball pass to the near side to Will Kress. Kicks it over to Olsen. Stands on the corner before finding Simmons once again to the right side. It's going to be Myers. Myers fakes a pass, now gives up top to Sims. He steps to the hoop, puts up a bank shot, too strong. Rebound tipped to Simmons. He can't get the shot to go. Another rebound to Olsen down low. And Olsen's going to be fouled down in the paint for another inbounds play for the Cardinals underneath their basket. Under 3 to play, it is going to be an inbounds play for the Cardinals. After the foul called, and Will Kress to inbound. Launches one deep. Olsen takes it at the top of the key. Gives over to Myers. Wide open for 3. Can't get it to go off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down under the hoop by Simmons, but he can't get the putback to fall down. and this time it's Bingham pulling down his second rebound of the game. Up the court to the near side, rising for three. Hayden Green well off on the shot. Poor shot selection on that one, and Will Sims gets his third board before giving up ahead to Myers. Underneath, Will Kress with the easy layup as he beat the defense down. The defense sucked up towards Myers, and it was an easy pass down underneath to the lower left block. 26-7, Cardinals up by 19 now with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Over to the left side, Green now kicks it up top. Ekstrom holds it beyond the far wing, gives inside. Down low, and Haycock is going to put up a shot. Gets the friendly roll as it drops through the cylinder. Beautiful job going up with the contact and earning himself the and one opportunity. The foul is going to be picked up by Will Kress, his first, the team's fifth for the Cardinals, with 2:15 left to go. Haycock yet to take a free throw tonight. The Dragons as a team are 1 for 4 and make it 2 for 5. As he gets that to go, 3 points for him on the night with that, and it's a 26-10 lead for the Cardinals, back down to 16. Ball pass to Will Kress on the near side, lofted down low. Sims backs his way towards the hoop, lays one up over the backboard though, and the rebound scrummed for and fought for underneath the hoop, and finally ends up in the hands of Bingham. Bingham gives up ahead. It'll be up to Haycock, drives into the lane, puts up a fadeaway, rejected out of bounds by Will Sims. From the right side block, Will Sims skied over the body of Ekstrom down low, and he threw it into the bleachers with 1:52 to go, and the Dragons another inbounds play underneath their own hoop. Ekstrom looks to the right side, bounces one out to Bingham. He'll go to his right, picks up his dribble, gives back to Ekstrom. He holds it in the right corner, tries to drive towards the baseline, double team, picks up the ball, and loses it out of bounds. Last touched by Sims. And the Dragons will get another chance to hold on as Josh Balls will check into the game to replace Riley Simmons onto the court. 1:42 left to go as Simmons takes a seat on the bench. And an inbounds play coming up from Olsen. Passed into the right side. Ekstrom takes it, had a chance to drive, now does drive, floats one up off the back iron, and it's no good, but rebounded by Will Kress, and the Cardinals get another offensive chance. Brown retracts down the ball after almost losing it on the pass that was behind him, and Will Kress takes the ball to his right. Goes to the right side, kicks it back to the near side where it's going to be taken by Olsen on the wing. He feeds it to Sims. Sims looks inside, drives with the right hand all the way to the hoop, lays up a soft one, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, fouled on the putback attempt, and Will Sims is going to step to the line for a pair. Foul is going to be whistled on Ekstrom. It'll be Ekstrom's first foul of the game, 7th team foul on the Dragons, so 1-and-1 free throws for the final 1:14 to go for the Cardinals in this game. And Sims, a right-handed free throw shooter, will get his first attempts of the game, and only the third and fourth for the Cardinals in the game. First one is short, and the Cardinals go 0 for 3 from the line now. No subs to come in for the Cardinals with one more free throw. And he toes the line with the right foot. Takes his dribbles. Malad Dragons trying to make some noise. Won't work though as Will tracks home the free throw. It's the 3-point game for him now and a 17-point lead for Soda, 27-10. 1 minute and 9 seconds to go. Atkinson at the top of the key. Gives the ball to the near side. Haycock drives to the lane, pump fakes, goes up for the bank shot and gets it to go. Haycock with his 5th point, and he's got all the points for the Dragons in this quarter. 27-12. The Cardinals lead trimmed down to 15 again. To the right side, Olsen finds Josh Balls. Down low to Hiram Brown. Goes up for the right hand, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Second chance, no good, but the third chance by Hiram Brown drops through. He's got 6 rebounds and 2 points in the game, both of them coming off of that point. 29-12, back up to a 17-point lead with under a minute to play. Haycock goes to the near side to Atkinson for the Dragons on the right side of the court. He'll stand on the right wing, gives up top to Bingham. And Bingham will hold it there before giving it to the left side. Haycock holds it on the wing, looking inside, still waiting for somebody to cut through and find an opening as he now feeds it inside where it'll be taken by Hayden Green. Goes all the way to his left, kicks up top to Atkinson, who holds it above his head. Near half court, 10 seconds to go to the right side. Atkinson picks up his dribble, looking to feed it somewhere. Hiram Brown denying him an easy pass inside. They find Bingham. He turns around, fades one away, can't get it to go. Ball up court is going to be tossed up at the buzzer, but late by Josh Balls after Will Sims' pass up ahead was deflected away. The Cardinals leading, but not leading by as many as you'd think they want to be. 29-12. They're on top of the Dragons after 2 quarters of play. Halftime coming up next. Your Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on the way on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Live life comfortably in your new cozy Lazy Boy recliner, sofa, couch, or love seat. With a huge selection to choose from, you'll find the right one for you at Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. If you've been dreaming of brand new kitchen appliances like refrigerators, ranges, microwaves, and chest freezers, you'll be able to find top brands like Whirlpool, Amana, and Maytag. Visit Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. Come find what you're looking for. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's halftime for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and that means we're going to take a break and get back to our Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show after this word from our sponsor. Right here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Are you feeling stressed? The Anxiety and Depression Association of America offers a few helpful tips to manage stress. Take a time out. Eat well-balanced meals. Get enough sleep. Limit alcohol and caffeine, which can cause anxiety and trigger panic attacks. And welcome humor. A good laugh goes a long way. If your stress level needs professional help, contact Mexico Therapeutic Services at 208-547-4550.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals on your Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. Time for your first half highlights as Soda Springs started out very strong in the game and was able to jump out to a 14-7 lead after a quarter of play. And then in the second half, we're able to continue a steady climb to what is a 17-point lead after three quarters, 29-12. But it has been a little bit of a struggle from the field for the Cardinals, as despite winning the rebounding battle 29-12, particularly at the offensive rebounding category, they have still not necessarily found themselves an easy bucket at any point in time. And that's where we sit right now on the scoreboard, 29-12 with a halftime show coming up. We'll get to our individual stats after this. Back with more on the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
He'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton food specials for the week of January 28th through February 3rd in Soda Springs. We start off with Bounty 6 counts of paper towels for $5.49 with the purchase of 4. Also with the purchase of 4, you can grab yourself Tide 92 to 100 ounce select varieties of laundry detergent, $9.49. Continuing with the trend of cleaning supplies, Dawn 18 to 21 ounce dish detergents are $1.99 each with the purchase of 4. Those are just some of your specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out here to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals on your Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. Time to take a look at the first half numbers for the two squads. We'll start off with the Malad Dragons. They're being led in scoring by Dagan Haycock. He has 5 points, all of them in the second quarter of play, and he was their offense in the second quarter of play, as that is all they ended up scoring in that frame. Other scores include Alan Atkinson with 3 points and 2 points apiece for Ammon Bingham and Hayden Green. The Dragons are 2 for 5 from the free throw line so far tonight with 8 turnovers in the game. Again, they have really done a good job of holding on to the basketball and not forcing it anywhere wrong on the court. On the other side for the Cardinals, they're being led in scoring by Kyle Olson, 6 points, as he had 6 straight points for Soda Springs at the beginning of the second quarter and the end of the first quarter. Also coming up big, Henry Workman, 4 points and 6 rebounds so far. 3 points, 5 boards for Will Sims. 4 points apiece for Tanner Myers, Josh Balls, and Will Kress. And then Hiram Brown with 2 points and 6 rebounds, another big contributor, as well as Rich Thompson, who's got 2 points and 1 rebound for himself as well. That's where we stand right now, 29-12. Cardinals up by 17 as halftime rolls on. The kiddos out there trying to give themselves some goodies. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Are you feeling stressed? The Anxiety and Depression Association of America offers a few helpful tips to manage stress. Take a time out. Eat well-balanced meals. Get enough sleep. Limit alcohol and caffeine, which can cause anxiety and trigger panic attacks. And welcome humor. A good laugh goes a long way. If your stress level needs professional help, contact Mexico Therapeutic Services at 208-547-4550.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, where we're getting set for the start of quarter number 3. The Malad Dragons just making their way out onto the court with about a minute and a half left until the start of the third quarter. And looking around, it's not a huge crowd for the games tonight, but there are plenty of people in the stands for what is a game that is a snowy and cold night on the outside, so trying to bundle up and stay warm and heat the gym up on the inside. And on the far side, a rare appearance, we have Henry Workman. That appears to be his full family here. I don't think we've seen the full family here at any of the games this year, and what I'm assuming to be is his brother holding a sign that is very clear on the fact that Henry Workman is single. So if you're listening out there, Henry Workman is definitely on the marketplace here, and his family not afraid to show it. 49 seconds left until we start off quarter number 2. 29-12, the Soda Springs Cardinals on top as we get set for action here in the second half of play. The Cardinals will see how long they keep their starters in this game, but I'm assuming they're going to try and push the pace and get it up to a running clock. They won by 50 the last time, and you know they want to try and repeat that fate and hold the Dragons to as few points as possible. The Dragons have definitely come out, to their credit, with a much stronger performance this time around, particularly on the offensive end and the defensive end, as they are definitely showing up in tonight's game. They gave up over 40 points the first two times these two teams met in the first half. This time, only 29. Inbounds play will be to the Dragons, working right to left on your radio dial and taking it to the near side and trying to drive in as Haycock gets cut off, throws the ball away, and it's a turnover right to the Cardinals as their defense comes up with a steal, and Ridge Thompson comes up the left side on the far sideline, tries to drive into the lane, gets cut off though, and Workman takes it up at the top of the key, fires the pass down low to Sims. He'll back his way, left-handed hook shot, no good, rebounded though by Myers, and he'll bring it back outside to reset. Finds Thompson. He'll back it up near the 10-foot line of the volleyball court before directing traffic and isolating on the near side. Now goes back to the far side to Thompson, finds Josh Balls, who gives it back to Ridge. He'll hold it near the top of the key, picks up the dribble, finds Josh, looks inside before giving it back to Ridge. Drives to his right, floats a pass down low, Sims skies, gets it up and gets it to go. Will Sims with his 5th point of the game. Beautiful assist there as well from the Cardinals, and their lead up to 19, tied for the biggest has been all game long. Up the right side, Atkinson goes into the corner, picks up his dribble, gets cut off there and fires a pass up top to Haycock. He goes inside, floats a pass deep, Green skies for the ball, and then Haken goes up for the shot and is going to be fouled to step to the line. Hayden Green yet to attempt any free throws tonight. He'll have a pair coming up here, and picking up the foul is Will Sims. It'll be his 2nd foul and the team's 1st. 2 free throws coming up for Hayden Green, 2 points and 2 rebounds on the game. Trying to go for 2 for 2 at the line, but he can't get the first one, and the struggles continue at the line for the Dragons. 2 for 6 now in the game. One more at the line. Free throw up, flat shot, no good. Rebound sucked down into the arms of Will Sims for his 6th of the game, and he'll hand off to Tanner Myers to take the point. Catches a screen, gives to the near side. Workman down on the low right block, puts up a turnaround jumper off the back of the rim, no good, but Sims with the board and the putback. Fouled on the action, and he's stepping to the line for a 3-point play. 33-12, the junior Sims going up strong, powering it through and getting the bucket to fall. 6:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Sims, a right-handed shooter, will fire up his first free throw of the game. Can't get it to go, and the rebound kicks out to Josh Balls, though, so another offensive possession. It'll be Tanner Myers at the top of the key with the basketball. Uses the dribble with the right hand and looks to the bench for the play call. Comes to the near side, looks down low. Now hands off to Ridge Thompson, who goes to his left. Comes back to his right, looks to get it back to Myers, who holds on to it. Gives to a cutting Thompson, who has the ball batted out of his hands. And it will remain Cardinals ball with 6:23 to go. And another Mountain View Dental inbounds play coming up from the right baseline. Josh Balls to do the inbounding, stands on the G in Soda Springs and lofts this one deep before it's taken by Sims. Up top, it's going to be Workman underneath. Myers wide open under the hoop, lays it up and in. He's got 6 now in the game, and the Cardinals continue on the run. It's been a 6-0 run to start the quarter, matching what they did to start the game. To the left side, going into the hoop and having it blocked from behind by Myers is going to be the shot of Green. Hayden can't get the rebound either, and is finally into the hands of Will Sims to come up behind the back. Myers pump fakes, gives up top to Thompson, and he'll come to his right, stops, rises for 3 in motion, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by DJ Evans, who sat most of the first half with 2 fouls. And back to the right side will go Green. Hayden goes to his right, spins to the elbow, puts up gives a pass off to the free throw line, where it's going to be Evans who has the ball stripped away. Kickball get away by Tanner Myers, who dives for it, but out of bounds. And it will be back to the Dragons for an inbounds play with 5 minutes and 35 to go. Another Mountain View Dental inbounds coming up for Malad. 35-12, Cardinals on top by 23 points, trying to get that magic 30-point number to get the running clock started in the fourth quarter of play. Up the court, Hayden Dane fresh into the game. The freshman goes over to the right side and gives the ball off to Haycock. He drives to his right, fouled on the play. Josh Balls hip checks him, and Josh kicks his second foul. So Josh with his second foul, second team foul as well. Evans will come over to the bench to take a seat, frustrated on the play as he is definitely not happy. Slaps the bench with his right hand as the Dragons get set to inbound from the far side. Batted out of bounds by Josh Balls to deny the easy pass. Josh, one of the higher leapers on the Cardinals squad, comes up with a big rejection there with 5:25 to go. 35-12, and another inbounds play coming. Dane bounces it in this time, gets it underneath. Haycock goes underneath the hoop, steps back, gets his shot rejected away by Workman with a slight block, pulls down the rebound as well, gives up ahead. Underneath, the Cardinals lose it, though, as Josh Balls can't handle the pass. Back up the court, it'll come with the Dragons in possession, and Dane takes the point. He'll go to his right, drives to the right sideline, picks up his dribble, and bounces one to the corner. Taken down there by Bodie Ekstrom. He has it stripped away, though. Thompson up ahead to Workman to the hoop, goes up and is blocked out of bounds and stays with the Cardinals. Wasn't sure if they were going to call that one blocked back by the Dragons off of Workman, but it's going to remain Cardinals ball underneath the hoop after Workman got a little bit too far under the hoop trying to control the basketball. There'll be balls to inbound, slaps the ball with the right hand, looks in, and Thompson breaks out. They're not going to go to him, though. They feed it to Workman. Inside the paint, goes all the way to the hoop. Soft touch on the right-hand layup. Henry gets his 6th point of the game to go with his 7 boards, and the Cardinals up by 25 now, 37-12, still shutting out the Dragons. Myers steals the inbounds play. It's Thompson giving back to Myers in the corner. He tries to drive to his right, kicks it up to the free throw line. Sims takes it there and then moves it to Workman for 3. Can it home! Henry Workman with his first 3 ball of the game, and a timeout taken by the Dragons. There's your shot of the game. I'm calling it now. Gem Valley Surveyors, for all your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. Timeout Dragons on your home for Cardinals Hoops. KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Cardinals building up a gigantic lead, 28-12, as they have gone on an 11-0 run over the Malad Dragons here in the third quarter and lead 40-12 with about 4.5 to go, I believe, on the scoreboard. We'll find out exactly how much time as soon as the rest of the timeout drains off for the clock. Give this chance to remind you that this game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital. You'll find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Cardinals on an 11-0 run over the Dragons, and it'll be Malad to bring the ball forward with Hayden Dane taking the point. Brings up with the right hand, bouncer, fires a pass to the near side, taken by Hayden Green. Green cuts behind the hoop, lays one up with the reverse shot. Nice layup there. Hayden Green takes the beautiful dish from the freshman Dane and answers back. First points of the game for the third quarter. 40-14, Cardinals still up by 26 though. And Thompson will bounce it to Olsen back on the left side of the court. Olsen looks in, drives to his right, goes up with hoop, fouled on the play by Hayden Dane. And it's going to send Olsen to the line with the second team foul of the Dragons in the game. Olsen, yet to take a free throw tonight, will get his first opportunity at the stripe. Right-handed shooter, a junior for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And one more comes up as Olsen's free throw misses off the front of the rim. He'll have another attempt. The Cardinals, we talked about the struggles that the Dragons have had from the free throw line. The Cardinals 1 for 5 in the game so far, as their free throws have not looked good at all in this game. 4:01 to go. And Olsen, another chance at the stripe. Right-handed shooter will spin that up and drops it home. So he goes 1 for 2. Cardinals, actually are 2 for 7 now after Will Sims missed his and one free throw. He's actually got one of the 2 makes in the game, though. Hayden Green with the ball, uses a dribble to go to his right, passes it back to the left side. Taken there by Carson Thorpe. Thorpe gives back up top, where Green will feed it up to Dane at the top of the key. The freshman holds the ball, 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go, and is fed into the corner where Corbridge holds it, where he's hounded by Brown. Brown forces a turnover, though, flips it to the near side where it's brought up by Thompson. Ridge underneath pass to Brown, kicks it back outside to Olsen, no good on the shot. Will Kress with the board, fouled on the up shot, and it's going to be back over to the Cardinals where Kress will get a chance at the free throw line. The Dragon crowd does not like it, but Hayden Dane picks up his second foul, third team foul, and Will Kress gets to step to the line after the offensive rebound earns him a pair of free throws. Kress, a senior, so far in the night, 4 points and 3 boards, and he can't add to it there. And another miss by the Cardinals as they go down to 2 for 8 from the line, 25%. And one more for the senior, right-handed shooter. Where's the KD Sox with the black knee pads, and the second free throw rattles its way home. 5 points in the game now for Kress, and the Cardinals lead extends to 28 points once again. 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Dane passes it to the near side. Thrown by Thorpe into the corner, taken there by Corbridge. He looks to drive in, picks up the ball, loses it again to Brown. That's the second turnover he's forced in a row. Up ahead to Olsen, lays it up and in with the right hand on the left side of the hoop. Kyle with his 9th point of the game, and it's up to a 44-14 lead. Josh Balls gets set to check in as the Dragons bring it forward once again. 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to go. To the right side, the Cardinals will force another turnover. This time Dylan Downs gets it to Thompson, spins into the lane, kicks offside to Olsen, who lays it up once more. Kyle Olsen, 4 straight points, and another timeout taken by the Dragons, who have watched a game that was only a 17-point lead after the first half of play, 29-12, explode to a 32-point lead in the third quarter with just over 2 minutes left to play. We'll take a break, come back with more on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Patterson Quick Stop, one of our many fine sponsors of Soda Springs Cardinals Athletics. We want to thank all of our sponsors. And if you want to be a sponsor of Cardinals Hoops, be sure to give us a call at 208-547-2400. We have plenty of packages available, and they start at $89 all the way up to a full package of $699. But hey, give our salesman woman Kim Miller a call, and she can help you out and get you on the air on Cardinal Sports as well as anything on KBRV 800 The Bear. That's all brought to you here by Cardinal Athletics, or bringing you Cardinal Athletics on your home for everything Caribou County. Cardinals on top 46-14 over the Malad Dragons with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the Dragons with another Mountain View Dental inbounds pass. We'll see Hayden Dane bringing the ball up the court with 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go. To the right side, Dane bounces one into the hands of Green. Hayden holds it there on the wing before feeding it outside, where it's taken by Corbridge. Corbridge gives back to Dane to the right side. Spin move outside to Corbridge. 3-ball up short off the front of the rim. Rebound bounces into the hands of Thorpe. He can't get it to go, though, on a little teardrop under the hoop. And a foul's going to be whistled on the Cardinals. Dylan Downs picks up his first foul underneath the hoop for a hook with the elbow. And is back underneath the hoop for the Dragons to do the inbounding with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Slapping the basketball to inbound is Bodie Ekstrom. Waits for somebody to break free and finds Corbridge on the near side. Joke step, goes inside, loses the shot though as Olsen comes up with an air ball, and he'll bring it up the court to himself. Gives up ahead to Kress, right side block, floats a pass to the far side. Balls intercepts it from Dylan Downs, and now he'll back it up with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. To the right side, Downs holds it outside the wing, gives up top to Kress, fires a pass to Josh on the right side wing, waits for Downs to break free before giving it inside. Brown gives back outside. Josh rising for three, rattles that one down. Josh Balls with his first triple of the game, and the Cardinals lead by have a 7-point advantage from that senior and a 35-point lead, 49-14, with 1:49 to go in quarter number 3. To the right side, it'll be Corbridge with the ball, gives up top. Ekstrom holds it there at the top of the key. Dylan Downs guarding him outside, waits for Ekstrom to step around him. He puts up a long jumper from just inside the line and can't get it to fall. Kress pulls the ball down, gives it over to Dylan Downs. He'll stop, gives outside to Josh. Holds it at the top of the key before backing it near half court and giving to Olsen at the free throw line. To his left, kicks outside. Will Kress rising for a three of his own, and Will Kress finds the bottom of the bucket. Will's got 8 points in the game now, and the Cardinals lead expands to 38 points now, 52-14. Outscoring the Dragons by plenty here in this quarter as they have put 23 points on the board to the Dragons 2. And if you're waiting for a quarter to really ice this game away, that's what the Cardinals have found with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go with that 38-point lead. The Dragons, another inbound play brought to you by Mountain View Dental, will be brought up by Hayden Dane. He waves around a man underneath. That's going to be Thorpe breaking to the right side and getting the bounce pass from Dane. He kicks it back over to Dane on the wing before firing a pass up top where it's taken by Hayden Green. Green goes to his right, using his dribble behind the back, catches a screen, floats one back to the near side. Thorpe takes it, rises for a long jumper from 19 feet, not able to get it to fall, and Will Kress pulls down his third of the quarter. On the rebounding side, it gives off to Tanner Myers on the left side wing. 42 seconds to go as Myers gives back over to Kress. On the wing, back up top to Myers. Fires a pass to Downs. On the wing, he holds on to it before floating it back to Myers. Fakes a pass inside, bounces it to Kress. In the corner, Kress finds Myers. Bounce pass down low, intercepted by the Dragons on a turnover. That's the 6th of the game for the Cardinals. Up the court, Hayden Green drives to the hoop and is hacked on the way up. Tanner Myers picks up the foul. It's his second, and it sends Hayden Green to the free throw line, where he is 0 for 2 tonight with one of the flattest free throw shots you'll see on the season. We'll see if he can knock home one of these. As he crouches, fires, and gets that to go. Better form on that one and more arc to the shot. And he gets his 5th point of the game, 15-52. The Cardinals lead cut back down to 37. One more coming up for Green. Hayden, right-handed shooter, spins the ball to himself and fires the second one up. That's flat, but drops through. 2 for 4 at the line is Green now. All the free throws in this second half. And then the Cardinals travel with the ball to turn it over again back to the Dragons. Their third turnover, and a frustrating mistake at that. 23 to go. Another inbounds play coming up for the Dragons underneath the basket. It's Hayden Green. Gets the basketball from the official, directs some traffic, and finds Corbridge coming out to get the ball. Gives back over to Dane. Dane gives underneath to Hayden Green on the right side wing. He'll try and spin to his right. Olsen guarding him on the wing as the ball is flipped back out to Dane with 13 seconds to go. Hayden loses the basketball, gives it over to Green, almost loses it as it almost went out of bounds before giving back to Dane. 6 seconds to go. Dane drives in, floats up a shot that goes up off the top of the backboard, but is rebounded by Dylan Downs as the buzzer sounds and the Cardinals head to the 4th quarter of play. We have running clock coming up here with the Cardinals up 52-16 on your scoreboard on KBR V800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Fourth quarter about to get underway on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Give a quick shout out to our live read sponsors, as Erickson Racing and Repair is sponsor of all your jump balls inbounds plays, brought to you by Mountain View Dental and Dr. Jerry Walker and his staff. Shot of the game brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For all your surveying needs, be sure to call Wade at 208-425-9035. Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs is your play of the game sponsor. And of course, your opening tip brought to you by the 3C Grill in Grace, Burgers, Pizza, and Barbecue, and they cater as well. 7 minutes to go here in the game, or 8 minutes to go, I should say, as Workman gets the basketball in inbounds play, lays it up and in down in the paint as he crosses the 10-point threshold, gets his 11th point of the game, and it's a 54-16 lead for Soda on top of Malad with 7 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Malad trying to break the amount of points that they had in the first game against these two teams. They got to 16 points, so were outscored 66-16 as the Dragons will have the ball poked out of bounds, keeping possession of it on the left side of the court. And the running clock continues to drain down. DJ Evans will check back into the game, and it'll be Ekstrom to come over and take a seat on the bench as the freshman gets a little bit of a breather. Inbounds play coming up for the Dragons, again brought to you by Mountain View Dental. And into the right side, it's going to be a hook shot coming up from Green, lays it up and in. Hayden gets his 8th point of the game, and it's a 54-18 lead for the Cardinals with 6 minutes and 59 seconds to go. Riley Harris into the game, gives outside. Jaron Johnson giving back inside to Harris. His first shot misses, second shot misses as well. Morgan Steele with a quick jumper, that's no good. Harris with another rebound, that one's too strong. And Hayden Dane, the shortest man in the paint, pulls down the rebound, cuts the court up, goes underneath the hoop, and losing it out of bounds are going to be the Dragons once again, as that is their 13th turnover in the game so far, after the Cardinals struggled to get a layup to drop down on the inside of the basket. It'll be brought back forward once again by the Cardinals. Steele gives up top. Jaron Johnson floats a pass to the left side. Will Kress using his left hand, dribbles to the top of the key, gives outside. No, fakes a give, goes underneath. Henry Workman underneath, lays one up, but too strong. Put back good for the sophomore, and he gets his 13th point of the game. 56-18, the Cardinals back up by 38. 6:03 to go, and it'll be Hayden Dane to bring the ball forward at a walk, and looks over to the near side bench as the clock winds to under 6 minutes left to go. Dane looks to the right side, passes it over to that's Hayden Green. Goes to his right, free throw line, cuts in, lays one up, too strong off the glass. Rebound almost tipped in by Riley Harris, but he secures the rebound and is able to give up to Morgan Steele, who goes underneath Workman. Another layup up and in. He's got 11 second half points to give himself 15 on the game. 58-18, a 40-point lead for the Cardinals. 5 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Dane with the ball. Looks to his right and passes it off to the right side wing. Taken there by Alan Atkinson. Atkinson goes to the right side corner. Evans holds the ball there before giving back to Atkinson. Inside cut, layup, no good, but heading to the free throw line is Justin Hubbard, as he's going to have a pair of free throws at the stripe after the foul is picked up by Jaron Johnson for his first and the team's 5th by the Cardinals. Clock continues to wind to under 5 minutes to play here. Running clock initiated after the 40-point lead for the Cardinals, and the first free throw is no good by Justin Hubbard. We'll have one more attempt coming up. Ball's going to be bounced over to Hubbard. Right-handed free throw shooter toes the dot with the left foot, though, and the free throw up and no good off the far side. Harris pulls down another rebound. That's the 4th of the game, 4th of the quarter. Bounce past the far side. Jaron Johnson open for 3, gets it to go. First varsity points for Jaron Johnson, the 5'11 sophomore, and expands the lead up now to 53 points. Over to the right side, rising. Hayden Dane for 3. He can't answer back. Hits the guide wire on the top of the basket. And with 4:14 to go and counting, another ball back over to the Soda Springs Cardinals. As the timeout's going to be taken, we'll take a break with them on KBRV 800 The Bear. 4:10 to go on your scoreboard at the home of the Cardinals as they lead 61-18 on their way to win number 3 in district play.
live life comfortably in your new cozy Lazy Boy recliner, sofa, couch, or love seat. With a huge selection to choose from, you'll find the right one for you at Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. If you've been dreaming of brand new kitchen appliances like refrigerators, ranges, microwaves, and chest freezers, you'll be able to find top brands like Whirlpool, Amana, and Maytag. Visit Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. Come find what you're looking for. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals on 800 as well as online at mylocalradio.com as the Cardinals building themselves into a 61-18 lead comfortably with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The running clock has been started in tonight's game. Cardinals to roll along in the fourth quarter of play. Dragons will be watching as the Cardinals bring the ball forward after another Mountain View Dental inbounds play. And it'll be Olsen to toss the ball in, and it'll be brought forward on the play by Morgan Steele. Goes over to the left side before passing the ball off to Olsen. Gets it back, does Steele. Jaron Johnson, top of the key. All JVers out there except for Hiram Brown on the court and Kyle Olsen, as Olsen now takes it near half court himself. 3 minutes, 53 to go. Riley Harris takes it left side wing, fires a pass down low to Johnson, loses the basketball, gets it back on the baseline before the Cardinals reset. Steele inside, goes to Brown, kicks one outside. Johnson again open for three, gets it from the short corner. Johnson back-to-back triples. He's got 6 points in the game now, and it's a 64-18 lead for Soda Springs on top of the Dragons. Throwing it off of the feet of Olsen is going to be Hayden Dane. And the clock continues to wind down to 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Ball pass to the far side. Into the near side corner, driving in and traveling with the basketball before he moved is Justin Hubbard. That's the 14th turnover of the game for Malad. And with a 64-18 lead, it'll be the Cardinals again to jog the ball forward after another turnover. To the near side, Morgan Steele looks to his left on the wing, kicks up top to Olsen. Olsen swings it to the far side. Brown looks inside, now finds Harris top of the key. Back over to Brown. He'll come back to Harris into the lane. Harris loses the ball, tried to dribble it too hard, but it's going to remain Cardinals basketball as they're able to track it back down. And it is taken up top by Morgan Steele as he goes to his left. 2:41 to go, 64-18. Cardinals on top still. Ball thrown away by the Cardinals, though, as Steele throws it right into the hands of the Dragons. And Dane will again bring it forward. Right-hand dribble, goes into the right side, kicks outside, taken there, and a pump fake by Tubbs will now feed the ball back to Dane. Dane looking for Tubbs, now skips a pass to the near side wing, taken and fired down low where a block shot comes from Riley Harris and is picked up on the rebound by Olsen. Up ahead to Brown, he'll slow the pace down and give back outside to Steele, where Olsen gets it from Steele on the near side corner, near half court. 2:07 to go. Steele gets the ball back near half court as the Dragons set up into a 1-2-2 defense outside the paint. Olsen goes to his right, guarded outside by Dane as Jaron Johnson now takes the ball near the 10-foot line of the volleyball court. Harris underneath. Brown looks to go up, now kicks it outside to Steele. To the right side is going to be Johnson giving it inside to Harris, and a jump ball is going to be called. Going up and tying up with the big man is Hayden Green. Remains Cardinals basketball on the Erickson Racing and Repair jump ball, but the Dragons denying an easy shot to the big man down low with Hayden Green's big man play. And it is actually going to be Dragons basketball as well on the possession arrow. So they actually get the turnover on the play, and it'll be brought back up the court by Hayden Dane with 1 minute and 16 to go. Dragons trying to crack the scoreboard here in this quarter. Again, it's not going to happen here as the Cardinals steal the basketball away from Malad. On the outside, Morgan Steele kicks underneath. Harris wide open underneath the basket. Nobody around him, and Riley lays it up and in for his first basket of the second half and the first basket of the game. 66-18, back up to a 48-point lead for Soda Springs. To the right side, holding onto the ball there is going to be Tubbs as he goes to his right, drives into the hoop. And a foul is going to be called on the way to the hoop. It'll only be the 16th foul on the Cardinals and picked up by Morgan Steele, his first. 38 seconds and counting to go. Another inbounds play coming up. As this one passed in the right side corner, Dane takes it, rises for three, puts it onto the back iron, rebounded, and pulled down by Olsen. Olsen will push it up ahead, and Jaron Johnson gives off to Morgan Steele to walk it up. And Morgan is getting the signal from Greg Bergholm to back it out. and not to put any more scorer on the board with 16 seconds to go. Brown gets in the corner, and the Cardinals will pass the ball around to milk the rest of this clock away. 9 seconds to go. Steele takes it. Picked up on the outside. Olsen gives back to Steele with under 3 seconds to go and re-wrap this one up. 66-18. Soda Springs with a dominating defense in the second half holds the Dragons to only 6 second half points while putting on the afterburners themselves to run away with this game in a major victory for the Cardinals. We'll take a break, come back with our post-game show on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey, America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton food specials for the week of January 28th through February 3rd in Soda Springs. We start off with Bounty 6 counts of paper towels for $5.49 with the purchase of 4. Also with the purchase of 4, you can grab yourself Tide 92 to 100 ounce select varieties of laundry detergent, $9.49. Continuing with the trend of cleaning supplies, Dawn 18 to 21 ounce dish detergents are $1.99 each with the purchase of 4. Those are just some of your specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Welcome back out into the post-game show on KBRV 800 The Bear as we're joined here in the post-game show with Brent Erickson. And Brent, when you look at the way your Cardinals played tonight, first half, a little bit slow on the start. It looked like you were really trying to drive the ball down low in the paint again and try and work the plays and get underneath, though. And then the second half, the third quarter, I think really just a statement quarter for you guys in this game that said, we did have the slow start in the first half, but really we can play better basketball.
Well, Coach Bergholm wanted his team to come out in the first half and execute a little bit better on a half court. So we didn't press, we didn't push the ball, we didn't get into our up and down game, and we struggled a little bit in the first half. One thing I was keeping track of was assists and 3-point percentage. We was 0 for 5 from the 3-point line, and we had 7 assists, which wasn't bad. But, he talked to him, you know what, now we're going to come out and play our game. I'll give the starters 3 or 4 minutes in the third quarter, doing a little bit man-to-man full court press and getting into an up-and-down game and That's our basketball, but we still got to be better executing. Now, talking about that, we finished the game. I had us for 18 assists, and that's pretty dang good.
I agree with you on the assist side of things, and I think really you saw some, not just the guards with the assists in that category. You also saw some of the big men starting to pass the ball around too, more in the second half than the first half. The first half, I think it was really Josh Balls and Ridge Thompson really keeping that assist game starting to get going. But the second half, you saw some of the bigger kids, Hiram Brown, kids like Will Sims even had to add an assist or two, I think. They started to really find the outside shots and even the mid-range jumpers for some of the guards.
Well, I felt like we shared the ball, and that's one thing that we emphasize in practice with the bigs. You've got to be good passers too. You can't just want to get in there and post up. You got to be able to hit your teammates in the shooting pocket, and we did a pretty good job in the second half.
We've had a chance to talk about almost every single one of the kids in the game so far, but I think one of the kids that we really haven't had a chance to talk about much is Hiram Brown. One of the things that he did so well tonight, I felt, was he didn't really make a lot in the stat book. 2.6 rebounds by my count in the total game. But defensively, keeping his hands in the passing lane. The third quarter, he forced a couple of turnovers in the mid-third quarter when you really could see the Dragons maybe starting to get a little bit of confidence back after Hayden Green had gotten a couple of drives and really was able to affect some of their drives into the game. That, I think, is the biggest thing that Hiram Brown brings to this team, is just the intensity on the defensive side.
Well, Hiram's motor's always running out there, and you can kind of expect that from him on the defensive side. Now, against Bear Lake, he got in foul trouble, I think Westside too. If we can clean up the silly fouls, the reach-ins, he's got a high performance motor, and he's always going, so you can always look for him to give you that kind of effort on defense.
One more question for you, Coach, and we'll get into our play of the game and our shot of the game. And that question looks into preparing for next week now. No practice, as you guys have to go right into a game on Monday against Aberdeen here at home. Then you have another 2 games that week on Wednesday and Friday, or Wednesday and Saturday, as the Aberdeen game moved to a Saturday afternoon game on the road at Aberdeen. When you have 3 games in a week, and it's been a while since the boys have played that much in a week without a ton of practice time, how do you keep them ready to go and get them ready to go for that game against Aberdeen, which standings-wise has a lot on the line?
Well, we don't know much about Aberdeen. They're struggling a little bit too. I think they've got some good perimeter shooters, but we're going to prepare for them as like we prepare for other teams. We don't have a practice, so this game was kind of our practice, what you would call for Aberdeen on Monday night, because we never play a game on Monday night. So I think the kids will be in Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. They'll get 2 days rest and they'll be ready to go. So a little bit nerve-wracking, but same thing for Aberdeen. Mondays as kids, they're always kind of like, I've had the weekend off. It's Monday. I'm not ready to go yet. But these kids, I think they'll come out. It's a home game. I think they'll be ready to play against Aberdeen.
Coach, thanks again for coming up. We'll let you hear in on our play of the game and shot of the game. Play of the game brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. That one goes back to the first quarter. You talked about the passing and the assist game in the first quarter. Josh Ball's pass over the defense to the backside where he found Kyle Olson on the backside. The court vision on that one I thought was some of the best vision that he's shown on the season so far, and really anybody's showing on the season at the point guard position, feeding it through 3 players, 1 Soda player, and a pair of Malad defenders, too, to find Olson on the backside. And then the shot of the game brought to you, of course, by Gem Valley Surveyors. For all your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. That's got to go to Henry Workman. The 3-point ball from the left side wing, showing some range, which you don't really see from Henry Workman all that often. Not necessarily a shot you want him taking necessarily as a coach, but I felt like that was definitely something that the confidence that he had in that shot really paid a lot of dividends for him there.
Well, Henry's got a nice little soft touch, and he's going to have that shot a little bit more next year, because you got Riley Harris coming up too, and we'll probably move Henry to a 3 next year. I'm not sure what Coach Bergholm is going to do, but Henry will probably be a little bit of a perimeter player next year, so you'll see that shot from him more next year.
Coach, thanks again for coming up and giving us some time. We'll take a break, come back with more sports update on the other side of the break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Caleb Burgraff here with Caitlin Pankow, who is not just an English teacher at Soda Springs High School, but also helps out with BPA, yearbook, and a couple other things around the school, I'm sure, as well. And the thing we're really going to talk about here is yearbook. It's one of the extracurricular activities that also counts as a class in the school. What do you look for in the students that come in and do yearbook for you each year?
I definitely look for creativity and dedication because, like you said, it's an extracurricular that's also a class. So while we have an hour a day, we also have games to go to and events to go to and, anything else that they need to take photographs. So the dedication is a big thing. Technology is pretty important since everything we do is online and doing Photoshop and taking photos and design. So a little bit of that helps, but it's not necessarily needed.
What are some of the things that you really look for the kids to learn when they get into that type of a class? And are there any kids that you really see as being able to go on and do more things with the information and the stuff that they get from doing a yearbook class?
A really, really big thing that a lot of students don't realize it's a part of it is editing and writing. And we do stories and we do captions, and a lot of kids that struggle or might think they struggle in English, they find that they actually have to use that in this. And so I think one of the things that I look for the kids to learn is how to properly write, even though, wouldn't think about that with yearbook. But taking pictures is big, coverage, making sure that everybody is in the yearbook being aware of what their page looks like and how it's going to sell, because ultimately it is a product that they're going to sell. And as far as taking what they learn in class and going, away with it, they could, if they're really into it and they're good at design and they're good at English and they're good at, photography, they could go into journalism. They could go be a technology teacher, I guess, or a yearbook teacher if they wanted to be. But, anything they learn with their writing is, I think, will take them, whatever they choose to do in life is going to help.
When you look at your book, how much freedom do you give the students each semester in each class when it comes to designing the book?
It basically depends on what our theme is for the year. I've only done this as this will be my third yearbook that I've done. And so the first 2 years, we kind of just had a free-for-all, and we had a couple of themes where we wanted to use boxes on the page or lines or these certain colors. And as long as it fit into those guidelines, it was good. It was cleared. And the editors always have the final say. So if something is on the page and they hate it, they can suggest other things. But this year we tried a new thing where we started with a template and then we kind of designed around the template. And so the students have a little bit less freedom this year, but it's turning out to have better flow through our book where the design elements are on each page and you can see it throughout.
We'll wrap this interview up with a question on BPA. You were there this last week when they went to the regional competition, the district competition, I should say. How did the kids do? And I know you have some kids going to the state competition now that qualified for state. And what was kind of the atmosphere like at the district competition?
So we had 18 students go total as a team, and we had 10 qualify for state in their events. And mostly they were freshmen, which is a really cool thing. It's really great when all the kids, qualify, but at the same time, when a freshman their first year doing it, they'd qualify, and it's like, woohoo! The atmosphere was good. It was tense. It was a little nervous, but once they started getting into their events, they kind of calmed down and realized they were prepared to do it. And Mrs. Cook is the advisor, and she supports them, greatly, and she's been working with them the last couple of months, making sure that they were completely and utterly prepared. So we kind of dominated for a small school at the regional competition.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Caitlin, for talking, and we'll look forward to talking to you again a little bit more about your book later on when we can talk about what's going to be in the yearbook this year and what people can expect. So thanks again for the time.
Thank you.
That was yearbook advisor Caitlin Paintcow from the Soda Springs High School teaching staff. We'll take one more break, come back with our look ahead on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're
believe
going to
this.
do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
just broke up,
and go past
and
the first
apparently
3
she's
lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start
and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back one final time into the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they get done wrapping up a 66-18 win over the Malad Dragons. Time now to wrap things up with our look ahead as we take a look at the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow night, we're going to be hopefully making a trip to watch the Soda Springs girls take on Aberdeen. It'll be a 6:40 pregame show and a 7 o'clock tip on the road. That's if that game is played. We'll keep you updated on mylocalradio.com as far as the chances of that game being played, as it has been snowing hard all throughout this game here in Soda Springs. So we will again keep you updated, or listen to mylocalradio.com or KBRV 800 The Bear, I should say, for updates on what that game is going to be. Next week, Soda Springs boys team will be taking on Aberdeen here at home on Monday. 6:40 pregame show for that one, and a 7 o'clock tip. On the 2nd, we're going to be switching teams and moving up to watch the Grace Lady Grizzlies take on Chalice in a game at West Jefferson High School. So right now, the pregame show is going to start at 4:40 and a 5 o'clock opening tip. It could be moved back to 7 o'clock. We're not positive on that one. Still trying to figure out when that game is going to be played. The 3rd, the North Gem boys are going to be taking on Chauvin at 7:10 with a 7:30 opening tip for that game. On the 4th, the Soda Springs girls will open up their district tournament play with a 7 o'clock opening tip and a 6:40 pregame show against either Bear Lake or Aberdeen, the winner of the 4-5 game that'll be played on the 2nd And wrapping it all up on the week is going to be North Gem and Clark County at 6:10 or a 6:30 opening tip. We may switch that game over to the Grace boys taking on Declo. It could depend on what exactly is happening schedule-wise, so that all is to be determined. Thank you again for tuning into our post-game show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I would also like to thank our sales team as well as our office manager Kim Miller and general manager Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, our final score is 16-18. The Cardinals come away with a big win over Malad and the Dragons. For tonight's videographer, who was Hunter Bybee from the Soda Springs boys basketball team, I'm Caleb Burgraff. Until next time, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.